Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 114th commencement ceremony of North Royalton High School. We invite you to please stand and honor our country as the North Royalton High School Marching Band plays our national anthem.
Good evening, class of 2020, family and friends, and North Royalton community members, and welcome to the 114th commencement of North Royalton High School. I'm Joey Marisek, four-year president of our senior class. On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to say thank you to all the parents, family members, and school staff who have given us all the support throughout our years at North Royalton High School. Personally, I would like to say thank you to all my classmates for giving me the privilege of representing our class throughout these last 4 years and throughout the unfortunate circumstances over the last 3 to 4 months. I know that we have lost a lot over these last 4 months, and we are all very disappointed, but I'm sure as we go on in our lives, we will relish every opportunity that we have in front of us. I'm happy to announce the next speakers for our commencement, seniors Becca Pavlich and Ethan Butler. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and go Bears.
Good evening, friends, family, and fellow graduating seniors. It is an honor to be able to speak to each and every one of you. This is it. We finally made it to the culmination of our high school career. Even though we've had hardships thrust upon us during this last quarter, I do not want to stand in front of you and talk solely about all that we've lost. You're watching this virtually from the comfort of your own home. You already know how much we're missing out on. Instead, I'm going to tell you about all of the moments we did get to experience together. As an avid film lover myself, I want to rewind to the beginning of our high school movie. Like any hit blockbuster should, the beginning of our high school years captivated us from the start. The majority of us began our coming-of-age film by making the long and treacherous journey across the parking lot, introducing us to our set for the next 4 years. We quickly met the cast of characters that would be starring alongside us, discovering new faces and rediscovering ones we'd known since elementary school. From scene to scene, we'd move from one fluorescently lit room to the next, trying to remember facts and formulas that are no longer significant, cramming for tests that have come and gone. Many of us began to fill our movie with as much as possible, as we tried new clubs, sports, extracurriculars, and arts programs. By sophomore year, our movie progressed from mere exposition as the plot thickened. Some of us began to challenge ourselves academically, taking AP classes for the first time. Many of us achieved the milestone of obtaining our driver's permits and licenses, suddenly spending nights driving around, looking for anything to do, looking for everything to do. We earned a new sense of freedom, relishing in it as we'd pick up our friends just to get in our cars to find something exciting to do with our time. By junior year, we faced new conflicts, reached pivotal points in our movie's plotline, such as preparing for standardized tests and beginning our college searches. Some of us faced casting changes, as supporting characters came in and out of scenes, friendships changing throughout our 4 years. If you're lucky, you found co-stars who shared the screen with you throughout your entirety of your film. We began imagining what the future would look like once we walked out the high school doors for the last time, thinking about what our lives would hold when we no longer were limited by the halls we'd been walking for the past 3 years. Fast forwarding through our film, we finally reached our peak, the year everyone waits for, senior year. We watched as our movie set changed day by day as the building we had memorized quickly began transforming with the new construction project. We began to experience the first of many lasts, like our last first day of high school, sports games, band contests, and dances. I know that for myself, the first 3 quarters of senior year held some of the best memories of my entire high school career. I only wish they didn't go by so fast. It feels as if someone was holding the fast forward button down, speeding through these moments only to press pause abruptly, stopping the movie altogether, just as we were reaching the rising action, as the ending was within reach. The climax of the movie is supposed to be the most exciting, the resolution the most satisfying. We were robbed just as everything was starting to get good. I know that many of you are hurting over the lost milestones, wishing you could participate in your activities and athletics one last time, to finish your senior year as you've always imagined you would. I, too, feel cheated by what we're going through. Each of us is the starring actor and actress in our own high school movie, and it's disappointing beyond words that we are not getting the chance to film our final scenes. To all the athletes who didn't get to experience a senior sports season, to all of the drama kids who weren't able to take their final bows at the spring musical, to the art seniors missing out on your senior showcase, and many more who I have not called out individually. I feel for you, and I understand what you're going through. However, I have faith that each and every one of you will find the closure you need, that your movie will eventually wrap as it should have. It's okay if you're feeling upset, because I too want to rewind to the beginning, pausing on the highlights, cherishing the moments more now that I realize just how precious they were. To my fellow graduating seniors, I am proud of each and every one of you for the accomplishments you've achieved. We've been planning our futures since the day we walked into our kindergarten classrooms, the day we began our education, carefully working towards goals that seemed so far away but are now scarily close. I hope that your lives after high school are all that you've imagined they'd be, but I also hope that you rewind sometimes, replaying the pivotal high school moments that made you who you are. Here's to our futures. As our names are read off one by one, the credits of our high school movie will begin to roll. Whether you are joining the military, entering the workforce, or heading off to college, I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in filming your sequels, and pray that your next screenplays become smashing successes. Thank you.
Good evening, students, staff, and parents of North Royalton High School. I'm honored to be speaking on behalf of the senior class. My name is Ethan Butler, and I would like to tell a story. The story of the class of 2020, a class that has lived through just about anything this world has to throw at us, one that has celebrated its triumphs, yet dodged countless obstacles. A cohort that has faced extraordinary adversity and crushing defeats, but stayed afloat through it all. Our class has seen everything from silly bands and Gangnam Style to the Ice Bucket Challenge, and now TikTok. I'll begin this story with a short anecdote from my freshman year. I came into orientation in an unexpected manner, in a wheelchair. I had recently had a knee surgery and wasn't able to use crutches yet. It was not the start to high school I had ever imagined. However, I was greeted with welcoming smiles and great people. This made the day not one of sadness and grief, but one of hope and acceptance. Whether your 4 years here began like mine or not, we can all agree that we bonded together for the first time as a class. We came together in a foreign situation and conquered our first moments as high schoolers. I feel that this closely parallels the COVID-19 pandemic. It's looking back on times like these that made me realize it's not what you're doing or the tangibles of high school, but rather who you're with that define your experience as a high schooler. I can confidently say that I went to high school with an exceptional class. We found a way to make every event special, no matter how minute. It was a group that made the best of everything, even when it wasn't the most ideal. This class and staff made the high school not only a great environment to learn in, but also a place in which I was happy to walk through the doors every day. Throughout our 4 years in high school, we accomplished many feats. Sports teams and band went to states. We saw many productions from the drama club and show choir. We paid it forward in the form of numerous service projects. Our Link crew welcomed 2 new classes of incoming freshmen, and one of my personal favorites, we were by far the most spirited class that this school has ever seen. With this being said, it is obvious that every single one of our journeys through this building was different. I believe it to be true that we all learn more about ourselves than we think. Maybe you thought you liked science, but you found through biology and chemistry that it wasn't for you. Perhaps you had no interest in literature, but a certain teacher or class sparked a new lifelong interest. Maybe you even learned that, hey, high school isn't for me. No matter what the lesson, high school gave us a better picture of who we are, not just as students, but as future adults in society. As our 4 years here began to wind down, however, our experiences grew similar through one thing: the coronavirus. This isn't how any of us envisioned the final months of high school to play out. However, I'm not here to discuss what could have been or what should have been. I'm here to share what has been. I'm here to remind you all that this school has been an impactful place in which we have been molded into the people we are today. It has given many of us inspiration in ways we didn't even consider. It gifted us the tools we need to become tomorrow's doctors, lawyers, engineers, politicians, teachers, and countless other professions in which we graduates will enter and succeed in. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves for now. Let's all take a second to think, enjoy, and celebrate what our lives have been to this point. Because as we all know, life may never be the same. Tom Hanks recently gave a speech to the graduates of Wright State, one in which, talking about life just months ago, he said, you will talk of those earlier years in your lives just that way. Well, that was back before the COVID-19. That was back before the great pandemic. As I listened to this, I couldn't help but think about my life before the great pandemic and how much has changed since its arrival. Among these thoughts was that no matter how our 4 years ended, this will never define who we are. As this chapter in our story ends, we recall the things that this virus can't take from us. It won't take away the fact that the class of 2020 was born during 9/11, started school during a financial crisis, and graduated during a worldwide pandemic. It won't take away the many years of work that it took to earn this diploma. It won't erase the cherished memories that I'm sure we all have with our many peers, nor will it break the bonds that we have created with our lifelong friends. And finally, it will not take away the fact that we will forever be North Royalton Bears. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Congratulations to you, the class of 2020. These 4 years have most definitely been an adventure. And on this adventure, your class has been one of the most involved and spirited that I have ever had the pleasure to know. It got me thinking, why? What makes you, the class of 2020, enjoy school so much and be so active and involved? I think your engagement stems from a few key factors. One, being your incredibly varied interests and talents. There is so much talent among your group. You are talented athletically, musically, artistically, theatrically, and academically. And these talents aren't typically independent of each other. There are so many of you who are talented in many of these areas. These crossover interests and talents have led to so many crossover friend groups, and in turn, you have become largely accepting and appreciative of each other. Accepting your differences, accepting your choices, accepting of new friends, allowing you to learn from each other, and building appreciation of each other's talents. Finally, I think what makes all of this work is the fact that you are a positive, and dare I say, hopeful group of individuals. And this is critical, because hope is one of the most important traits on which to build a happy and positive life. Hope allows for optimism. Hope allows for you to recognize small victories that come along when the big victories are hard to come by. Hope keeps you going when things don't go your way or the unexpected spoils your plans. Hope makes staying motivated so much easier. So go out there and set your goals, make your plans, use your talents to work those plans, and do what it takes to see your plans through to that big success. But remember to exercise and practice being hopeful. This in itself can be its own very powerful talent. I'm not telling you all of this is going to be easy, but I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. And if you stay hopeful along the way, I know that you will be able to sustain that optimism, celebrate these little victories, and eventually score a big win. Class of 2020, the world and all your victories await you. Superintendent Mr. Greg Gurka, Board of Education President Dr. John Kelly, and members of the Board of Education, it is my pleasure to present to you the class of 2020. I certify to you that they have met the graduation requirements of the North Royalton City School District and the Ohio Department of Education. I therefore recommend that they be granted their diplomas, signifying graduation from North Royalton High School on this 30th day of May in the year 2020. Now, it is my honor to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Greg Gurka.
Thank you, Mr. Osborne. North Royalton High School class of 2020. Even though we are not all together in the State Theater this year for your graduation, it certainly does not stop us from celebrating your accomplishments. And many there are, especially in this time of a world pandemic. Watching all of you handle your last few months of your education here in North Royalton has been nothing short of impressive. During these last 9 weeks, you demonstrated maturity, strength, and a sense of community, traits that will last you a lifetime. You learned so much more through these real-life experiences than you may realize right now. From starting a website to share stories of compassion, to helping a woman shop for her groceries, to making masks for our community, or simply expressing the feelings so many of you had by composing a song wishing you all had more time. These incredible gestures and moments show me the caliber of young adults who are ready to enter the world and make a difference. On behalf of the Board of Education, administrators, your teachers, and the entire staff of the North Royalton City Schools, along with your parents and families, we congratulate and celebrate you during this season of graduation. I was watching a show about a month ago that was reviewing how events of the 1980s shaped our world. I know that seems like ancient history to you, but being a high school graduate myself of 1982, I was very much influenced by the course of events in the 80s. During the show, they were highlighting Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple Computers. They chronicled his formation of the Apple Computer Company, his successes and failures, and his ultimate firing from that company he formed. Imagine being let go from the company that you created. In reflecting back on this, he spoke about how it was a wake-up call and how it helped make him a stronger person, and he ultimately went on to get back with Apple, and now look at that company and how our lives have been changed by the iPhone and iPad and Apple Watch. When reflecting on his firing, he said, "Sometimes life is going to hit you in the head with a brick. Keep going." Class of 2020, life hit you in the head with a brick this year. It hit us all in the head with the same brick, but I think for you, maybe it had a bit more thrust on it. I feel for you. But as Mr. Osborne has said before, it doesn't define you. Life hit you in the head with a brick, so keep going. How you view that brick is an important thing. You can view it as an obstacle, something that could hurt you or get in the way. The more bricks that get thrown at you, and the more you view them as obstacles, the more likely they will pile up and become a wall in front of you. Are you then going to allow that wall to keep you from getting something you want? Are you going to view the brick walls as things that will shut you out and make you give up hope? A couple of years ago, I read a book by Dr. Randy Pausch called The Last Lecture. While I referenced this in a commencement speech a few years ago, I think it is appropriate to reference it again. Dr. Pausch had a very different view of brick walls than what I just mentioned. Vastly different. He did not see them as bricks piling up to keep you out of something. In his book, Dr. Pausch says, the brick walls are there for a reason. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something, because the brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. They're there to stop the other people. Based on what I witnessed these last 9 weeks, he is right. The brick walls are there to stop the other people, not you, class of 2020. These bricks that were thrown at you cannot stop you. You need to keep going. How you look at this brick that was thrown at you this year will determine what is next. Are you going to keep moving forward and keep striving to realize your dream of a career or success in the military, or continuing your education in college and university? Are the brick walls that are in front of you going to keep you out, or are they going to show you how much you want something? Today is the day. Now is the time. Keep going. It is a new day. You, the class of 2020, are primed to take that next step to help make our lives better. Someone in this class may prevent the next pandemic from occurring, and someone in this class will most assuredly do something that will make all of our lives better, but that will only happen if you keep going. That will only happen if you go above, around, under, or through the brick walls that will be put in front of you. Keep going. You are not defined by the last 9 weeks of a school year. You are defined by who you are and what you have done. You will continue to define yourselves by what you will do. Keep going. You are a great group of students, and you should walk tall and proudly exclaim that you are a 2020 graduate of North Royalton High School. Keep going. Our world needs you. You are the future, and I am so excited for what the future holds for you. Please keep going. I wish you all nothing but the best in your future endeavors, and thank you for the joy you have given us all. Good luck and congratulations. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Dr. John Kelly, President of the North Royalton Board of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Gurka. I don't think any one of us could have envisioned the events that have unfolded since early March. We have learned new phrases like social distancing, disease modeling, R-not, donning your cape, flattening the curve, and more. We have all become amateur epidemiologists, and who would have thought we would spend every day at 2 o'clock watching a governor's press conference? Most importantly, we have learned that true heroes wear police, fire, work uniforms, and scrubs, not jerseys with numbers on the back. I hope that is something we can remember for many years. It has been my pleasure over the years to be involved in 17 graduations, including 3 of my own. Without question, this graduation for the class of 2020 is the most unique and for me will be the most memorable. I have given and heard dozens of speeches and gotten a load of great tips and pieces of advice. With all those speeches in mind, and with 51 years of 2020 hindsight, I would like to share with you now my top 10 list of things I wish someone would have told me when I graduated high school. Number 10, life is a marathon, not a sprint. Although it is imperative to have goals and aspirations and to look ahead to your future, it is also important to enjoy the journey. Perhaps this class has learned the reality of that statement better than any other, living through the COVID-19 pandemic. That said, I hope you can focus on what you did have and the moments you can cherish. Unfortunately, you don't get to go back and relive it again differently. There are no do-overs. Number 9, hard work and passion often mean more than intelligence. We have all heard people being described as too smart for their own good. Have you ever heard anyone being described as too hard a worker for their own good? Bosses, like coaches, always seem to prefer the hard-working individual getting the most from their talents to the superstar with all that upside that never lives up to their potential. Be the hard worker and success is sure to follow. Number 8, be on time. Ask yourself how you feel when you are forced to wait for someone 15 minutes, a half hour, or longer. Don't be that person with others. It really comes down to respect. Give it, and you will receive it in return. Our high school band has a philosophy posted in the band room that says it best. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're in trouble. Number 7, credit cards are not your friend. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7 says it quite succinctly. The borrower is slave to the lender. Only the bureaucrats in Washington are allowed to just print more money. All the rest of us have to make ends meet. The current situation we are all living in is testimony to the importance of living simply, planning for the unexpected, and having a rainy day fund. Follow the simple rule to live on what you make, not on what you are going to make. You will learn as you go through life that many times money comes in dimes and goes out in dollars. Number 6, what you do in college is far more important than where you go to school. Knowledge is available in many places, as are great teachers and professors. The business world, the medical professions, and industry contain numerous examples of extraordinarily successful individuals who have obtained degrees from schools and universities that were certainly not Ivy League. Trust your choice. Enjoy the full college experience, but remember the underlying reason to be there is for the education. Get the best one you can at the school you have chosen. Number 5, you are in control of the quality of your day and life. You are not controlled by fate or the stars or by mystical outside forces. If you get up in the morning thinking what a terrible day you're going to have, you likely will accomplish that goal. Every day, look at yourself in the mirror, remind yourself of your strengths and preparation to meet that day. Tell yourself, I am ready to meet this day, and I am prepared for what I see. Bring it on. I am going to have a great day. Number 4, don't be overly upset over setbacks and failures. Charles Schulz's Peanuts comic strip has had enduring fame for decades. Yet he had every cartoon he submitted rejected by his high school yearbook staff. Even after high school, Schulz didn't have it easy. His application to work at Disney was rejected. Yet he persevered and he believed in himself and made success a reality. While Henry Ford is today known for the innovation of the assembly line and American-made cars, he certainly was anything but an instant success. In fact, his early businesses failed and led him to bankruptcy 5 times before he eventually finished and founded the highly successful Ford Motor Company. T.S. Eliot wrote, "Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far they can truly go." The value of failure is in reaching for something far beyond ourselves, and how even if we falter, it stretches our limits beyond what we previously thought and prepares us for greater challenges ahead. Number 3, develop a sense of humor. In a recent article in Forbes magazine, 91% of Fortune 500 executives surveyed believed that a sense of humor was essential for career advancement. 84% of those same executives felt that people with a sense of humor do a better job. Best of all, a good sense of humor, especially when it comes to looking inwardly at yourself, is highly effective at dealing with stress. If you can laugh it off, it probably will not eat you up. You will be less likely to be offended and far less likely to hold a grudge. Dwight Eisenhower said, "A sense of humor is part of the art of leadership, of getting along with others, and of getting things done." Number 2, there's a reason they call it work. Although it is a goal to strive for, you may not spend your entire adult life being paid for a job about which you are passionate. You are truly blessed if you can, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with having a job to pay the bills and pursuing music, art, or photography passionately on the side. While searching to find the perfect job, get yourself hired. Be the first one in the morning and the last one out at night. Be an exemplary employee and volunteer to do the dirty work. You can always move on when a better opportunity comes along, and you won't be the worse for wear. Living your life in a manner consistent with what you value will bring you happiness in spite of how you make a living. And the number one thing that I wish I would have been told when I graduated high school, call your mother. Now, this does not mean you should snub your dad. Your dad will always be your biggest fan. He always knows more than he says, thinks more than he speaks, and notices more than you realize. He will demand the most from you, but if anyone messes with you, he will come to your defense to his dying breath. Your relationship with your dad over time will change. As with me, he may become friend, confidant, advisor, or maybe even business partner. But mom is always mom. Even if your parents are no longer physically with you, they still will speak to you, and you can speak to them here. Moms teach us religion. Have you not heard her say, you better pray that comes out of the carpet. They teach us about time travel, telling us, if you don't straighten up, I'm going to knock you into next week. They teach us stamina, saying, I don't care how long it takes, you will sit there until all that spinach is gone. And moms always win the argument, reminding us, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. Moms protect us until we are grown, then let us go. But they always love us. No matter how old you are, you always need your mom. She is not your friend, she's your mother. She will stalk you, flip out on you, lecture you, drive you insane, and she will hunt you down when needed because she loves you unconditionally. When you truly comprehend and understand that, you will know you have become a responsible adult. You will never find anyone who loves, prays, cares, and worries about you more than your mom. So, call your mother. If she is with you now, give her a hug and tell her you love her. Remember, hers is the only heart you have ever heard from the inside. And now, it is my distinct honor and high privilege, as president of the North Royalton Board of Education, to accept the students here presented and those listed in the program for graduation from North Royalton High School, and further admit you to all the rights and privileges thereof. I further certify that you have met the criteria of the North Royalton City Schools and the Department of Education of the state of Ohio, and on behalf of the Board of Education, authorize the awarding of diplomas in recognition of this accomplishment. Congratulations, graduates.
And now, we are proud to present the North Royalton High School graduating class of 2020. Presenting diplomas will be Principal Sean Osborne.
Ayman Ibrahim Abid. Connor Michael Adams. Scott Richard Adkins, summa cum laude. Celine Elias Akori.
Habib Elias Akuri, summa cum laude.
Jonathan Logan Albright. Isa Almajali. Lena Khalid Alnazer, summa cum laude. Alexa Brooke Altschuler. Simon Elliott Antonio. Dominic Leonardo Arena. Noah Michael Argana, magna cum laude.
Alexandria Catherine Armbruster, magna cum laude.
Isha Atik. Lindsay Diane Audino. Amari Trayvon Bailey. Timothy Jacob Baird. Amanda Marie Baker. Faith Alexis Ballantyne. Jamie Marie Barron, magna cum laude. Lauren Marie Barchek. Verena Majid Baskaran, summa cum laude. Alexa Jordan Bellardo. James Leonard Berry. Tyler Austin Bertliff. Grace Megan Bezak. Braden Allen Binger. David Jacob Bittner. Anthony James Bona. Vuk Danilo Bohovic. Filobetir Osama Bolak. Nikolai Alexandrovich Borch. Robert Thomas Bottomley, summa cum laude. Courtney Alexis Boyle. Kate Marie Brierly, summa cum laude. Alexandria Davion Bryant. Brianna Jordan Bucci. Diana Michelena Bucalo. Robert Carl Burrows Jr., summa cum laude. Victoria Maria Brazawa. Ethan Jacob Butler, summa cum laude. Alexander Wesley Caldwell. Xavier Daniel Capelles. Michael Joseph Carocchio. Brandon Lee Chaveda. Michaela Elizabeth Chilcott. Ashley Nicole Chippy. Brianna Alexis Churla, summa cum laude. Dominic Orion Sapiti, summa cum laude. Angelina Mia Chuli, magna cum laude. Ethan Jeffrey Clow. Kyle Anthony Smitch, magna cum laude. Ashley May Kaufman. Katie Ann Colbianchi, magna cum laude. Alana Marie Condon. David John Cooney. Dominic Anthony Costello. Kayla Mackenzie Crawford. Isaac Andrew Crossan. Kenna Marie Sinzar. Julian Mark Chaika. Patrick Queros de Silva, summa cum laude. Aiden William Diker. Ahmed Haitem Damra. Nicholas Arthur DeAngelis. Anthony Reese Deca. Frank Tally DiLorenzo. Anita Denisuk. Elizabeth Suzanne Dietz. Jovan Georgievic. Ashley Noel Dugalinski. Haley Ann Dugalinski. Anna Marie Dopsch. Alexandra Grace Dorman, summa cum laude. Lena Nicole Donnelly. Alexis Michelle Dorsick. Anthony Michael Dubler. Zoe Elizabeth Douglas, magna cum laude. Naveen Vivek Dravid. Rutger William Dum, summa cum laude. Didipia Dupi. Sarah Olivia Dushaw. Eric Dragon Eddy. Mohammed Khalid El Ghazawi. Hope Taylor Emilio. Matthew Kenneth Emling, summa cum laude. Aiden Francis Essie. Kyle James Ivanko. Nicholas Daniel Ivanko. Mariah Lee Axline. Morgan Denise Fano. Madeline Mary Farrell. David Joseph Favorito. Samantha Ashton Felixson. Casey Chantery Felton, summa cum laude. Jenna Marie Finor. Vincent Marcus Fink. Joseph Michael Forch. Rebecca Margaret Rose Fortini. Diane Alexandra Frangulia, summa cum laude. Nicole Marie Furio. Caden John Fife. Emily Ann Gaborik. Caitlin Mackenzie Gaffney. Logan Howard Galliano. Christopher Stephen Garcia, magna cum laude. Joseph Dennis Garcia. Jordan Ashton Garland. Megan Elizabeth Garnett, magna cum laude. Lazar Gassick. Marina Nicole Gobriel, Lily Margaret Gilligan. Madeline Claire Gilmore. Alexander Brian Jimenez. Evan A.C. Glaze. Carly Rose Gamitro. Blake Anthony Galoja. Kevin Clark Gordon. Gabrielle Marie Gorin, magna cum laude. Gavin Michael Graham. Morgan Jade Gresco, summa cum laude. Joshua Joseph Griffin. Brenna Marie Groh, summa cum laude. Alyssa Gabrielle Guzman, magna cum laude. Hayden Harold Hafner. Dina Ronnie Hamden. Emily Paige Hamilton. Heather Nicole Harden, summa cum laude. Jaya Anise Harris. Shannon Elizabeth Hassel, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Held, summa cum laude. Savannah Marie Herseg, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Hernandez. Mallory Marie Halavati. Miranda Marie Halavati. Caroline Ruth Holtz. Reagan Charisse Houston. Emily Jane Howell. Allison Amelia Hearn. Brady Charles Humble. Kara Rachel Humes. Joseph Ataya Ibrahim. Marissa Therese Isabella. Amber Rose Jehoda Vanek. Jacqueline Ruth Johnson, magna cum laude. Michaela Sue Johnson. Kayla Patricia Jones. Nicole Marie Jones. Sydney Kayla Jones, summa cum laude. Adam Michael Kaminsky. Logan Michael Kanya. Nadia Emily Caraba. Dylan Stephen Kazis. Austin James Keller. Avery Joanne Keller. Hannah Abigail Kelly. Juliana Bonacci Kearns. Marcus Vladimir Kita. Noelle Wanda Kidd, magna cum laude. Asia Summer Clem. Riley Mark Konurik, summa cum laude. Sabrina Tanya Kotovets, summa cum laude. Alexis Grace Kovac, summa cum laude. Bradley Joseph Kramer. Nicole Lynn Kukta, magna cum laude. Rachel Marie Kukic. Emily Grace Kulka, summa cum laude.
Hunter Allen Kupnusi. Nicola Kutlitzik. Andrew Philip Kwiatkowski. Olia Karenka. Angelina Gabriella Lagunzad. Tyler Michael Lakatis. Brandon Edward Landry. Jack Anthony Lang. Thomas Regis Lehue Jr. Claudia Amelia Lashish. Amanda Marie Lindberg. Devin Michael Lucas. Catherine Elizabeth Luda. Brady Lee Masiak. Brianne Rose Mack. Michael Patrick McGuire. Sai Sanjana Momedi, summa cum laude. Dane Alexander Manius. Nicholas Christian Mark. Joseph Robert Marusek, summa cum laude. Matthew Michael Marusa. Nathan Michael Massasak. Alicia Altair McCoy. Keely Walden McQuain, summa cum laude. Alexander Milton Murnone. Jessica Lynn Miklos. Stephanie Nicole Milam. Sean Michael Miller. Brian Joseph Maiozzi. Mario Patrick Masiskia. Grace Ann Mitchell, Jacob Mark Moran, Jake Ryan Muskulski, Cameron Tyler Mossberger, Serena Ariella Miraz, Megan Nicole Mudra, Elizabeth Marie Nagy, Megan Elizabeth Nawal, Leanna Peggy Jean Newman, Kyle Andrew Niedermeyer, Jonathan James Neswicki, Alexander James Novak, Maximus Allen Novi, Jarrett Andrew Nowak, James Anthony O'Brien, Jenna Mackenzie O'Donnell, summa cum laude, Rory William O'Malley, Alex Michael Ozowski, Max Christopher Pacholski, McLean Joseph Pagan, Jordan Nicholas Pagano, Connor Michael Palcisco, Raimo Leonardo Palmero, Achille Giuseppe Polino, Nathaniel John Papini, Nicholas Anthony Perino, Andrew Steve Pastor, Justin Nile Patel, Karm Kumar Patel, Rebecca Joyce Pavlich, summa cum laude, Cassidy Carol Payne, magna cum laude, Raymond Michael Perez, Caitlin Perkovic, Rachel Brooke Perello, Brianna Bernice Perry, Joshua Edward Pesta, Zachary Kenneth Peterjohn, Davion Latorio Pettigrew, Stefano Picardi, Mia Rebecca Picard, Nina Grace Pignataro, summa cum laude, Cameron Jacob Pillar, Christina Angela Pishneri, Olivia Christina Platnotis, Sean Lawrence Picorni, Matthew Ron Polson, Nicholas Walter Poplin, magna cum laude, Kelly Noreen Patak, magna cum laude, Eric Zachary Purcell, Jordan Elizabeth Rowdens, summa cum laude, Cheyenne Linnell Rexine, Lillian Robin Reese, Sydney Elizabeth Rice, Hunter Lawrence Reith, Dalen Darnell Riley, Aiden Panzarello Rivera, Alexis Jade Rourke, Teresa Marie Rodriguez, Paige Nicole Resch, summa cum laude, Natalie Caitlin Rohr, Amber Oriana Romero, Madeline Grace Romstadt, Samuel George Rarstein, Abigail Rose Rowlett, magna cum laude, Colin George Rush, summa cum laude, Isabella Sanjena Saini, Sarah Marie Saliba, summa cum laude, Maria Alexandra Samami, summa cum laude, Logan Ann Saul, Janae Khalida Saifuddin, Joseph John Spatella, Matthew John Scally, Emmanuel Augustin Scaria, summa cum laude, Peyton Elise Schrader, Eric John Schubert, Brooke Taylor Schulte, magna cum laude, Peyton Tyler Schulte, Frank Burton Schultz, Nicholas Walter Schultz, Molly Rose Simonez, Grace Lee Seifert, Dylan Michael Sexton, summa cum laude, Brody Tate Shields, summa cum laude, Sundram Singram, magna cum laude, Michael John Singer, summa cum laude, Niyamit Kar Singh, Parmenda Singh. Trayton Joseph Smiley. Andrew James Smith. Joseph Charles Smith. Joshua Thomas Smith. Nia Laney Smith. Megan Lee Cook Spizak. Nicholas Allen Spizak. Megan Catherine Stafford, summa cum laude. Samuel William Stanfield. Devin Jacob Stanley. Martina Maria Starkey. Michael Edward Stefanski. Diana Lebov Stone. Andrea Nicole Strazanti. Wahid Ali Solomon. Juliana Svilar. Abigail Jane Takich. Emma Frances Talpiz. Brianna Nicole Tamoga, summa cum laude. Noah Christian Tash. Hunter Roman Theus. Thorne Logan Theus. Dominic Daniel Thazeski. Kenneth Toro Jr. Lauren Tran. Matthew Carl Trotnow. Christina Ihorvna Tisbolia, summa cum laude. Joshua Andrew Turner. Martina Zoe Turnick. Peyton Marie Vargo. Olena Darina Verhovliak. Hannah June Whaler, summa cum laude. Taylor Anne-Marie Ward. Madison Joy Watt. Christina Marie Weber. Rachel Elizabeth Weber, summa cum laude. Joseph Michael Weller. Amanda Lee Went. Trent William Warner. Nicholas David Westfall. Lindsay Kathleen White. Evan Michael Wolkoff. Ashley Marie Workman, magna cum laude. Lindsay Channing Wu, summa cum laude. Catherine May Yonek. Haley Elizabeth Yamel. John Allen Young. Maria Sigurska. Jaden Albert Zoller. Nicholas Allen Zajac. Courtney Marie Zaremba. Isabella Sophia Marie Zimmerman. Taylor Lynn Zuzi.
One of the greatest honors and sacrifices one can make is to serve their country. We have 4 members of the class of 2020 who have enlisted in the armed forces. At this time, I would like to thank these students for committing to serving their country and community in this unselfish way. Thank you. On behalf of your parents and families, your teachers, counselors, and administrators, congratulations and best wishes, class of 2020. Thank you, class of 2020, for representing North Royalton High School in so many positive ways over your 4 years. I am blessed to have been your principal, and I look forward to celebrating your future successes. Please know that I love you guys, I am proud of you, and I will miss you. Most importantly, don't forget, regardless of where you go or what you do, you will always be a North Royalton Bear. Please rise for the singing of the North Royalton High School alma mater.
North Royalton High will always live in our memory. And when our high school days are over, we will think of thee. Lift your voices, shout her praises loud.
Take two. Take two. Come on. You hold that. Take two.